In a studio, there's many devices that need to communicate with each other. And we're sending these audio signals all over, from the microphone into our interface, to possibly to mixing boards, to external effects. For this to work well, we have to establish a specific level that all the devices will work at and communicate at. And that level is called line level. And one of the major roles of an interface and a mic preamp or an amplifier is going to be to raise or lower whatever signal comes to it to that line level so it can be used throughout the studio. We see on this mixing board that there are two standard line levels. There's +4 and -10. And +4 is the studio standard line level, and -10 is the consumer level. And you might find these kind of buttons on some of your devices. I see it here at the input of channel 9 and 10. I can push it in to get the -10 level, or I can leave it out to be the +4 studio level. That is a gain stage. And a gain stage is a place in your signal flow that either amplifies, which is raising up, or attenuates, which is lowering the level of your signal. And it's actually quite a dramatic gain stage. And we have to be careful with gain stages throughout our studio, because every time you amplify or attenuate, you are introducing some kind of noise and the possibility of distortion. Ideally, you want to bring your sound up once to the line level and then leave it there throughout the signal flow. And we see that many of these knobs, like this trim knob, is also a gain stage. And this is the input trim knob for this channel. The idea with this is to bring a microphone input. I would plug a microphone in here. And the idea is to bring that level up to line level. Well, there is a U on this, and that U stands for unity. And that's the point at which this gain stage is doing nothing. And ideally, we want to have as many gain stages at unity as possible, because that means it's not amplifying or attenuating. Now, we turn this to bring the level up to standard line level. And then I can use it throughout the rest of the mixing board and through my other pieces of equipment. This first gain stage here, where you plug the microphone in, is called the microphone preamp, and is designed to bring the level up to that line level. The output from a microphone is very low, but because we saw that there are many different types of microphones and many different applications for them, each microphone actually outputs a slightly different level. So it requires kind of a continuous knob like this to bring that level up to the standard line level. If I did plug a line level signal into this, say I had a synthesizer, I take the 1/4 inch output of that and plugged in to the line in, I would try to leave that knob at unity, and most likely that would be the correct location. If I had a very loud signal that I was plugging into this, I might have to bring the trim knob below unity, and if I'm plugging a microphone in, I would have to bring it up above unity to get it up to that line level. Whenever you're adjusting gain like that, again, we want to be careful and do as few of those stages as possible. The worst thing you can do in your signal flow is amplify at one point and then attenuate at another and then amplify again. Ideally, you want to raise the signal up once, right at that first stage, get it to line level, and keep it there throughout the entire signal flow.